mad light inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just the brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The God's work like appliances, dealing in my sleep like a lot.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generation is a manga, and for anime only fans, this is a time of the month where a lot of the content that we talk about here on the channel is gonna be spoiler heavy, so I thank you for your support. However, if you're still here, I'm assuming that you've already hit the like button, because hitting the like button is an easy way to make Naruto smile. And after everything that's happened in this manga chapter, Naruto needs all the reasons in the world to smile, because right now Naruto is in a situation where he's about to be dusted off by his own son. You heard me right. BoruShiki is getting ready to dust off his daddy. Talk about the disrespect. Now that we got the meme out of the way, we do need to have a conversation about the fact that Naruto Uzumaki, after all of this buildup between the manga and the anime, is now having to do the one thing that no parent would ever want to have to do to their child, which is Naruto's now in a situation where he's got to raise hands against his child, and he's got to fight a child who is trying to kill him. I want you to think about how heartbreaking this is. Naruto goes from holding Boruto as a small baby, his firstborn child. He has moments where he's looking over Boruto sleeping. He's telling Hinata that he didn't grow up with a father. He has no idea how to be a good father to Boruto, but it's something that he clumsily tries to make happen. He gives his son his chakra to boost up the rasengan simply for the reason of wanting to give his child experience wielding high-level ninjutsu, and ultimately, as a byproduct of that battle with Momoshiki, Boruto now has the karma seal, and Naruto's losing his son as each day goes by. And now he's having to fight his son, who's been fully taken over by Momoshiki, even though he's not at 100% Otsutsukification. As Amado said in the manga, those pills might be able to slow down the Otsutsukification. Those pills, in a best case scenario, would be able to temporarily slow things down. And in the manga chapter, Momoshiki himself flat out tells Boruto that those pills were never going to save you from me. And Momoshiki right now is not only bloodlusted, but he's also willing to team up with Code in order to try and strike down Naruto. And as we saw in this manga chapter, BoruShiki has multiple different variations of the rasengan. The one that's probably going to give Naruto the most bit of trouble is the fact that he's able to shoot off the rasengan from a distance in the form of a gun. Between that and having to fight somebody like Code, who's able to pop in and up out of those claw marks, Naruto's in for a tough situation. And this makes that moment where the 5 Kage are talking to Naruto, or rather the 4 Kage are talking to Naruto, and Guard directly asks him, are you able to kill your son? Because if you wait too late, if you wait for Momoshiki to take over, you don't have the power to stop him. And if you wait for Momoshiki to take over, it's going to be too late. You need to consider killing your son now. And even Sasuke, on top of the Hokage rooftop, comes to the same conclusion, and he tells Naruto, if you cannot strike down Boruto, I will do it for you. I will take that darkness for you. And he even admits to Naruto that when BoruShiki attacked him, he was so shocked at it that he wasn't able to fight BoruShiki at full power. And that goes back to what I've been saying for a while, which is when it comes to chakra, the way that chakra works in the Naruto universe, you have your physical energy and then you have your spiritual energy. Part of your spiritual energy is the mental side. And when you have situations like that where mentally you are shattered because of how shocked you are, you're not able to draw out your full power. And that's what happened with BoruShiki versus Sasuke. And I think that to a certain extent, this is what's going on with Naruto. Even though BoruShiki was preparing for that huge attack and then Kawaki transforms and ultimately ends up saving Naruto, I think that if Naruto has to attack Boruto and have to fight off his son, he's going to have enough of a mental nerf that BoruShiki's going to be able to, at the bare minimum, fight Naruto to that stalemate. And the way that BoruShiki's movements work, they're different than anything Naruto would have encountered during all of his sparring matches with Boruto. So I think that narratively, this is something that works. And I want to go a step further. I don't think that this is the case, but one of you guys over on Patreon presented this question to me, which is, how likely do I think it is that Naruto's the one that gives Boruto the scar? I'd say that if we were in a situation where Naruto had to fight back against his son and it was actually Naruto who gave Boruto his scar, that would be so poetic. That would be so poetic if it ended up being a situation like that. And again, it will be more heartbreaking, just the idea that Naruto's going to have to fight against his child. And what's also crazy about this battle is the fact that Naruto's fighting against Boruto. Boruto is in the BoruShiki transformation. He's using the rasengan, the very jutsu that Boruto's grandfather and Naruto's own father created. Is now being used against Naruto and is being used with killing intent. The whole idea of the will of fire and passing down your ninjutsu to the next generation. The jutsu that his father passed down, that was taught down to Naruto, that was eventually taught down to Boruto, being used to take him out, being wielded by an Otsutsuki who believes in the same thing, passing on power to the next generation, but more so in the sense of one Otsutsuki gets turned into chakra fruit and then they get consumed and then they get the huge power up and then they continue with the transference of power. One guardian to the next person, as stated by Kenshiki when he said that it was his duty as a guardian to Momoshiki to be a transference of power to him. It's a perverted mirroring of everything that we've seen, and I would love it if we got an extended sequence of Naruto versus BoruShiki. I think that that's probably, for Naruto's character development, is the one thing that could help Naruto out a lot as we transition away from this being the story of Naruto and Boruto, because part 1 of Boruto is the Naruto and Boruto story. Part 2 is simply the Boruto story. So this would be a good way to book in onto that, and I think that a good way to kind of set up moving into your time skip is, after this battle's wrapped up, Naruto's going to share this information with the Kages, and I'm wondering if Naruto's inability to kill his own child during this battle, or even if it ends up being Kawaki who ends up having to fight against BoruShiki, the fact that Naruto's not able to raise arms against his child, that's going to be something that's going to be a huge point of contention with the other Kages. So I'm loving where this is going in terms of raising the stakes. However, I want to know from you guys, number 1, if Naruto fought against BoruShiki and Naruto's at full power, do you think that Naruto could win? And then number 2, now that it's kind of clear that Naruto's got a little bit of a mental nerf going on a scale from 1 to 10, how difficult would this battle be? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching until then. Have an awesome day, guys.